Hello, and welcome to Cox Notes. I have been asked from a couple of sources, at least, actually more, to do a little video on a safety topic. They asked me to do something fairly specific. I'm not going to comment on the specific reason for doing this. I was asked to do it because of my background in firearms safety and firearms training over the last numerous years. Like I say, I'm not going to comment on anything specific, but I think you'll understand what I'm talking about with the information that I'm about to I'll just let you decide. I think if you've been keeping up with current events, you'll probably know what I'm talking about by the time you watch this video. What I'm about to tell you is nothing but some basic safety rules. Now, when I was asked to do this, I was asked to comment based on a Colt Army 45 single action revolver. I don't have a single action 45. I do have a single action revolver. This particular one is chambered in .357 Magnum. And all of the operations are exactly the same as they would be on the Colt 45 that I was asked to comment on. So, first, let's take a little look at the specific two cartridges that I was asked to talk about. This is a picture of two .45 caliber blank cartridges. They are frequently used in reenactments, stage plays, and movies. They are designed to go bang and blow some smoke. They're not without safety concerns and should not be discharged toward a person at close range. This is a .45 long Colt cartridge. It is designed to go bang, smoke very little, and send a 200 grain lead bullet out of the barrel at about 1,000 feet per second or more. It looks nothing like a blank cartridge. Now let's take a look at this single action revolver. The first thing we do, and what we do with every firearm, every time we pick it up, we check to see if it's loaded. On this one, you open up the side gate, put it in a half-cocked position, and check the cylinders. There's nothing in there. So this one is unloaded. If you open that side gate and you see this, it is loaded. And if you happen to see it from this perspective, which I hope you don't, you can obviously see it is loaded and not with blank cartridges. So let's take a look at how this thing works. The term single action is meant to describe a firearm that has to be cocked each time it's shot. In other words, this hammer has to be pulled back all the way before it can be fired. Then the trigger's squeezed, the hammer comes down, and it's fired. Every time, no matter how much you pull this trigger right now, it will not fire. Okay? Now there is, on these single actions, the older ones, and including the Army 45 that, the Colt 45 that I was asked to comment on, including that one, has a half-cocked position, and never rely on that. It's just not good. If you have one of these older ones, they recommend that you, and I recommend, that you carry only 5 rounds in chamber. That way the hammer's resting on an empty chamber. So that aside, let's take a look at this. In order to fire it, I have to consciously pull back the hammer. I have to consciously squeeze the trigger to make it fire. So it's pretty simple when you come right down to it. You make sure it's unloaded first. First and foremost, every time you pick up a gun, you make sure it's unloaded. If it's appropriate to load it, you load it in a safe manner. You always treat it like it's loaded, whether it is or not. You always point it in a safe direction. And you never, ever rely on somebody else to do your job. Your job is to see that it is unloaded and to see that it's safe. So, this has been Cox Notes. I'm Bob Cox, and please have a wonderful, wonderful day.